All right, this is problem 12.0, also known as the shell of the hairdryer. The problem begins by following these instructions. I think it said page 3 of the chapter. Maybe they said, oh yeah, maybe it was page 6 here. Okay, because you can see what we're doing here is the base feature. And so what we'll have to do is create a new object, inches, and we're going to draw this shape on the X, Y axis, I think, the XY plane. They're going to revolve it around the z-axis. It says go ahead and just do this arbitrarily, this shape they're talking about right here. So we did the circle, so we did this right here, and it says trim off the rest. Okay, there's the rest of it. Then it says use this auto dimension tool, which is up here, and that's kind of cool because then you can just say what the radius is. And so this one right here needs to be 2, and this one needs to be 1.5. Maybe zoom out a little bit, make sure it looks right. No idea why it puts it way over there. See if there's a way to do that one. I don't know why it goes out that far sometimes when you can do it just like that. All right, center that up and let's go ahead and do our revolve. So three-dimensional figure, revolve. We're going to do it about this axis and we have the back shell just like that. Now, one of the things we forgot was the fillet. So let's go in here, edit right here and go to fillet. And it says down here it needs to be 0.25 for the rounded point. Okay, click that again here and there. And then you can just roll all those changes forward just like that. And now this shape has the fillet on there as well. Okay, so then we got all that in there. We did that. Okay, it says home view. Okay, select a home view option from display. Okay, so we're doing offset views. I'm going to do this slightly different so it's easier to see this. They want you to go in here and do view and show a wireframe. Um, let's see what it says here. Yeah, wireframe, that one. But to me, I think what we found is when we start putting these planes in there, they're like weird colors that are not easy to see. You can make this one right here easy to see. They want us to show the XY plane, so I will make that one visible. You see how it kind of disappears? So let's go, instead of doing this view, you can proceed if you want to with their approach. I'm just going to stick with what we normally do because I tend to like the other feature they have here, which is the half section view. And then we just select this plane to be our view. And we can draw on that and maybe see everything that takes place on the inside a little bit better. All right, so this is just me looking at the same picture here, slightly different view. So then we're going to draw these other planes that are off the offsets rather. So let's go under see sketch. Uh, let's see, I think it's under 3D model. There it is. Make sure you select the offset plane. We're going to do one at 2.5, 3.5, and 4.25. So you click here. Um, make sure it says offset plane. Click right here. It's going to pull it off an amount 2.5. And I don't know where it went. So let me make sure I did that properly. This one probably didn't hit the green check mark. Yeah, that's what it was. Hit the green check mark. There it is. And it's gone again. You can see the working plane is over here. I guess let's delete that one. Guess I gotta make it's visible. So, huh. I guess that's why they said go to the wireframe. Weird. Oh, you know what? It's because I have this half section view, I think. Wireframe? Yeah, it's because I have the half section view. All right, let's just go back to shaded edges and then see if my theory is correct. If I delete that, yep, there it is out there. Let's keep going though. We need another working plane. And it needs to be from this one. And we're going to go out there 3.5. Then click OK. Do another one. Offset 4.25. Okay. And then as we have those three, as you see here, we're going to start a 2D sketch on the XY plane. And it looks like it's just going to be at the origin, 5 high and 1.5 wide. So you can see why they recommended doing that. Because if you try to do a new sketch right here, like this, you're kind of looking through all of those surfaces. But I'm going to get away with that by just going back and doing my thing, and that is half section view on this plane, just temporarily. So now I can see that shape. So we can modify their instructions slightly, and we're going to draw on this plane. Come on, right there, and start 2D sketch. And make a rectangle just like this, arbitrary in size. You know what? We should try this thing here again. All right, that's not so bad. I mean, I'm not really sure how helpful it is, but you just double click on it, put 0.5, and then double click on that one and put 1.5. Maybe it's fewer clicks if we do it that way. Now we're going to put these rounded edges on there. So how about our fillets? Still defaulted to what I had previously put down. Like so, it is fully defined, which is nice. And let's see what else we're going to do here. So I think we're going to project that onto this plane. It says only project the parts that you need because this first one right here was 1.5. This one right here is 1.4. And it says the right corners are aligned. Okay, with all that being said, we're going to hit finish right here and see if we can get rid of our half section view because it cut off our working planes out there. And so I want to see if it can kind of see through everything. So we're going to start on this one, right click, new sketch, and can't really see the drawing back behind it. Is this the sketch here? Okay, so what exactly is this sketch, first of all? I don't know if that's anything. It might have been where I started something. So I wonder if I delete that one, if it's going to cause an issue. Delete, delete. Okay, right click. Oh, I gotta finish what I'm doing. Okay, just right click on this one. Oh, wait, delete constraints. That's not what I want to do. I want to actually delete the object. Still thinks I'm trying to do that. So here, delete. Okay, this is the actual drawing. Is this anything? No. Okay, so I've made too many of those, as you saw, too many sketches. We only really have the one sketch here and the one sketch down here. Now we can go over to this plane and begin our new sketch. And again, I can't see it, so we go view, and we'll try the wireframe approach again. You can see a little bit more of it. The only parts we really want to project onto this surface are going to be just this side right here and that. Now it's not letting me select it. Yeah. So let me see if I can select it after the fact. So I'm going to select this one and this one as my reference point and then say project geometry. Did that work? Yeah, you can see the yellow that's right there. All right, so let's see if we can cleverly draw the rest of this using a weird view like that. And we'll start down in here and go back over this way. Hopefully that's horizontal. And make sure you put your fillet in there, standard fillet. And the only thing that needs to be mentioned now is from there to there. And now we know that's 1.4. Okay, so we only, copied the things that we needed, and it said the right side, this corner was the ones that were aligned. So we're gonna do the same thing for this one, but it's only gonna be 1.2 in width. Let's just come over here so we can find that new plane right here after we finish this one. This new plane has a new sketch. And we're going to try to project that geometry all the way through. So let's select this one and then shift click on that one. I don't know why I would want to get this here, but let's project those geometries on to this surface. You can see them in yellow right here. I did not get this other one. So I'm going to try to click it, bring it forward, then draw this one horizontal, then down, then back over here to close it off. Same thing, fillet, and the width of this is going to be 1.2. 1.2, yeah, right there. This last one, they're going back to being bigger. That's the end of the handle. We're going to see it's going to be 1.35. So let's keep going. Rocking on here. Need to get to our last reference, our working plane rather. And close that off there. Right click here, new sketch. Um, and I like to do it like this so that I can see the objects appearing. And what I mean by that is I want to select this one, shift click on that one, then project geometry. I see them there now. And now I can draw the rest of it. From here, horizontal, vertical, back over to here. Making sure I get black on all of these because it's fully defined. Or it needs to be, rather. And finally, this distance from there to there, 1.35. All right, that brings us to this place right here as we keep going. Now we want to do is go down to create a loft. So two-dimensional view like this. And let's create our loft. Which one of those is the loft? Sometimes you have to widen those up to see which one the loft is. There it is right there. Bring this back over now. It says select all of the sketches that are going to be involved. That's in sketch 3, 4, 5, and 6. You can see it kind of makes a nice flow through there as we go through there, each one of those things. And you say, okay, so you don't want it to be a shell like this yet. You want it to be solid like that. And there it is. And to prove to ourselves that that's right, we can right click on those and say, make them invisible. Hope I'm not making them invisible too soon. And then go back to our normal visibility like so. Look at that. We have made a handle of a hair dryer. All right, now let's go back inside of this. Handles of the of the hair dryers over this way. It says to go way back over here and draw a half circle that we will extrude. We'll use this center point arc for that. So let's see if we can get a good view of that. I want to say that it's like this. That's where we want to draw. And I think I'll do the same thing as before. I will choose to make a half section view that makes sense to me. And then I'll say okay to that. Go over here to the sketch. We're going to make a new sketch on this plane. And it says, let's make a center point arc arbitrarily out here somewhere. Click and click. Now, what are those dimensions? Um, you know what? I wonder if we just use this auto dimension thing again. Okay, that's weird that it would put it way up there, so we probably don't want to do that. I don't, yeah, I guess this auto dimension thing doesn't always work great. So we will just maybe put one of them in and see if that helps. This one needs to be 3.75. And then the distance from the origin to the center, 1.25. 1.125, so that's like 1 1/8 inch. Gets it pretty close to the edge. And you don't really need this distance. It's basically saying it's on the origin. I think that's what it was trying to do with that auto dimension thing. And it says 1 dimension is needed, so that might mean something is floating. So we will try to look to see if we can figure out what it is that's floating. And it looks like maybe the rotation part of it is what yeah, it's almost like this right here could rotate around. Is that what it's implying? Yeah, that right there. So we really want to make this right here coincident with that. And did it the wrong way. So I'm trying to get it to believe me, put it a little bit closer to it to see if that helps. And now I got it fully constrained. Sometimes when you click on those lines, it doesn't always consider it to be a constraint, like a coincident constraint. We're going to extrude this out 5.5 inches. And it's probably not going to be able to see it until I remove that half section view. So I'm going to go up here, remove this. It's my dog again. And it looks like it went the wrong way. That's okay. We just go extrusion, edit, feature, and go the other way. All right, let's continue on with that. All right, now we're looking at a 0.15 fillet, I believe. And they want it in this groove, in that groove, and then also on the edge. All right, then click OK. And I guess they somehow made theirs yellow. We'll do that in a little bit. I guess we can go up here and just look under generic and see if there's anything like canary yellow or something like that. Yeah, I think maybe they have that under canary for some reason. Am I right? Nope. Um, let's make this bigger. Maybe it's under here instead. All right, so if you select the entire part, Control A or like this, I guess, and then give it a little bit of color, glossy gold. Okay, ours has more style. And that's my dog in the background. So they are fighting playfully in the background, which is okay. All right, good to keep going. And we're going to pick these two surfaces. We'll remove the faces. Okay, so U cube, rotate. It's hard for me to do this way. I'm going to try it this way instead. There we go. It says I use something like F4. Not really sure why, but quick key F4 to display back faces of the model as shown. It did not really work for me. It says in the shell dialog, we're going to remove the faces um, option. So we're going to select those two faces, I guess. So let's see if we can do a shift click for those two. I did a shift click on those two. And we're going to go up here to shell. Now I got to figure out which one of these is the shell. Loft, sweep. It's so much easier when the words are there. And which one is it? It's over here. Okay. So we want this one and this one right here. And what kind of thickness do they want to maintain? An eighth of an inch, which, as you may remember, is 0.125, 1/8 of an inch. Let's see how good that looks. It's got the nice curvature in there. Looks pretty sweet. All right, now it says select the home view from the view cube right there and adjust the display of the two needs of the isometric. They want us to make it look like this right here, I suppose. No, they just said isometric view. Okay, don't want to overthink that too much. We got ours looking like just like theirs. It says to select this top area right here. I don't know why it's red like that. Probably the default settings that they have. It says we're going to make a 2-point rectangle. We're going to put it outside of here somewhere. So right click. I guess we're going to do a new sketch, right? Yep, new sketch. And for some reason, we're going to put this rectangle just out here in space somewhere. And let's see if we can use this thing right here again. Okay, that's not so bad, I guess. And you can see that all of those things are things we need to have. Sorry, okay, mouse button. So this big one right here out to the outside edge, surprisingly, exactly what I did at that default. Let's move this up here, double click, 1.45. You don't have to use the auto dimension if you don't want to. Right here, 0.5. And the width on this is only an eighth of an inch. And the distance from the far side is 1.17. So you can see that it's not quite on the surface. I'm guessing they're about to make a pattern onto this. So let's see what this looks like here. All right, so we're going to extrude this. And I'm kind of surprised about this. Okay, but we're going to try it anyway. Extrude. Okay, and the distance we're going to do this is 0.13, like this. And they are selecting downward instead, right? And this is what I didn't think that they would allow, and that is a cut into midair. So, I mean, that's what we're supposed to be selecting. Let's see. I think they selected this one, which is the cut. That looks to be like a different version of Autodesk Inventor. See, so it did it surprisingly. Okay, you can't see it because I guess it just, oh, you know what? It just barely cut into the surface. So that's why they put it that close so that it would do that. And I guess, they're going to go into a rectangular pattern, right? So to find the rectangular pattern, you go up here. It says select what feature you want to do. It's the extrusion that we just made. And then we're going to go, let's see what it's going to say here. It wants to pick a direction. So it needs something straight to do that. So it says to use the straight edge right here. If we go for direction, just that little segment right there. And so it's going to try to duplicate that going in that direction. I'm surprised it's not showing a cut there already. All right. And then we'll probably need a direction two, right? It doesn't show us about direction two. Direction one is achieved. Click the edge of the sweep feature. Okay. And then how many we're going to do? It says enter 5 for those. And they're going to be separated by a distance of 0.6. Okay. So I guess it's there. You just can't see it until we remove it. All right. Then in the rectangular pattern dialog, click direction, the icon for the direction two. What is it asking here? right down here. Um, it looks like we can select one of these. I don't really see a straight edge down here that we could use, unless this one right here. Yeah, that looks to be straight the way we made it. So we go like this, select that. We're going this way. Okay, and then how many of those we're going to put on? We're going to do 10 of these down here, and we're going to separate those by 0.25. Then if you click OK, making sure that we are removing material here. I don't really see where we're removing it. Oh, right, we're making a rectangular pattern of a remove. And surprisingly, looks like it worked. I don't really like that part right there, but I think they're just going to say, go with it. Um, they do want us to put like a little ridge right here, I'm assuming. So to kind of close it off, or is that already there? No, not quite there yet. Okay, linear sweep, prismatic solids. So we're going to start a new sketch, and we're going to project a geometry. And what geometry are we going to select here? We want to get just the outside edge, it appears. So let's start this 2D sketch on this plane, which I believe is the one we started on right there. So let's make a new sketch. We will project the geometry of this outside. Is there an easy way to get all of it, or do we have to select all of it? Select the outer edges. So it looks like it's a manual operation, which is kind of silly, but we will go for it. We're not afraid of hard work, right? Not like this is hard work. All right, hopefully we got all of those edges as needed. You notice it's open out here, so that's good. And so they're probably going to, let's see, wait. Oh, okay. It's just saying that's going to be the path that we're about to use. So I think they really want us to finish that, right? Finish that 2D sketch. And just remember that it's just the yellow outline right here. We could relabel it to be the path if you want to, or just come over here like this, hit finish, and then just put some words out here if you want to remember that for later. This is the path we're about to follow. But what they want us to do is draw something that's out here on the end, right there. So we can right click, new sketch. That's not right, is it? No, that's not right. Okay. No, I thought I was saying draw on this plane. That plane right there. Right click, new sketch. Okay, that's better. And I'm assuming they're going to have some kind of rectangle out there. 2-point rectangle. Because you're on your own, um, go ahead and draw that as shown. Oh, what did I do over here? Oh, okay. Um, File save as before we get too far away. And say part 12.0. And then back to our sketch, edit that sketch. It's on the wrong side here, so we want to do it on this side. And it just says draw it out here in space. Okay, hopefully they give us some dimensions soon, and they do. Okay, so should we use our smart dimension again? Maybe. So this one right here, if I rotate my view around to look like theirs, you see that I'm on the wrong side. So it really needs to be over here. I'm gonna let me go. So I'm going to just pull that over here and then come back to the dimensions. Might as well manually dimension this. 0.17. Then we have to move it back up again. Normally happens. Not the midpoint right there. And that's going to be 0.273. Looks closer already. Then we measure from the bottom. No, the top. Okay. Doing this a little bit different, aren't they? From the top down to, I guess, that point. That looks right. And surprisingly, I got pretty close. 494. And from this edge this time over to right there is going to be 0.398. So we're putting it out there. Not really sure what the motive is of this just yet, but I guess we're about to find out. Oh, that's what I thought they were going to do. It's like, why are they putting it out there in a weird spot? And as you can see here, um, I think they're going to just change all four of those. Oh yeah, I guess it's just saying do the average dimension. But you know what we want here? We want it to be, um, I guess the top of it needs to be the top of that, which is weird. So you just go double click and you say 0. Um, and then on this one, we want to change the width not to be that. We want it to be 0.125. So I think it was telling us that those values up there were just what they got from auto dimensioning. And I believe this is a 16th of an inch, 0.625. Okay, and then do we make this other one 0 as well? Yep. Kind of an odd way to do it. Seemed like you would maybe want to do something more like user constraints instead of trying to set 0 dimensions, but we will follow their lead. We can finish the 2D sketch and get ready for our sweep. So finish, and then we're going to do a sweep. Let's see. It's that one. Um, and then it automatically selected the profile I was on. The path, we want to go and select this one here, if it allows us to do so. Is that going to let us do that right there? Doesn't look like it goes all the way around though. Select a curve or edge. So can we make this sketch visible? Right click, it's already visible. It's that blue thing that you see right there, which is good. So let's try that sweep again. And I want the curve that it makes to be this one. It lets me do this one, but not that one. Okay, I guess it finally let me do it. I have to go out here to this other piece instead of this short leg right there. All right, is that going to give it a nice little groove on the outside? Going to create that sweep path. And are we going to cut? Not sure why we'd cut that. Probably to make it a little groove so that the two pieces could fit together. Yeah, so there's another part that's going to go on the outside of this. All right, and we've done it. We've made this. We can take a look at this to see what that groove looks like when the two pieces would fit together. We'd have to make the other side of this to see how they would go together. Let's click save on this one. Make sure you hit the home button, save it as 12.0, and you're all good. All right, I'll see you in the next video.